And of course we have Asnee. They are the fathers of Bangkok sketches slash urban sketches. Thailand? Okay. Yeah, I always got confused with that. And then of course we have Madam Tia. And we have CJ, Cheang Jin. From Penang. Actually, we do have another person who is actually up there with them, who were one of the first people who started this whole movement and came together as a group. It's KK, but he's not able to be here this evening. I think he's not feeling too well. Yeah, so we will have them. So, and I thought, at first that as I was introducing them, one of the things I want to show you guys is to show you that, these Zhanglaos, okay? Zhanglaos mean senior members of urban sketcher chapters or founders, early founders, are not only good in terms of running a show, but they have what it takes, the skill levels. And I wanted to show you slides after slides of their work. But then I thought, what better way to do it than to have them show it to you themselves. Would you want to see some of their sketches? Okay, did you bring? I hope you brought. Okay, maybe we will start with Pramote.
These few days.
Few days.
Yeah. You can, take the mic.
You want to introduce yourself?
I'm an admirer of all their styles. In fact, I've learned a lot from them.
Yeah. We are not a good sketcher, but we love to sketch.
Yay.
Yeah. We are good sketcher, but this is not a good sketch. But we love to do it.
Yeah. Always so humble.
Yeah.
You can tell us a little bit about
The last one, the market today.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you. Yes, did you have any with you?
Asnee.
Since 2013.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I don't have much to show as whether you like it or don't like it, but I only have my sketchbook here, where this is the one that I've been carrying for the past 10 years, because I didn't really do them, continuously, but I don't mind just to pass them around, but make sure the door is not open, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, without much ado, I just pass it around. You can just go through and so on, all right?
I think Calvin is from Lisbon.
Well, this is the a book given in the second.
Lisbon, the second.
Yeah, the second symposium, which is in Lisbon, Portugal. Okay, and I happen to be one of the instructor over there too. In the early year, it was quite fun because we have only a few chapters around beside the main the international one. So a lot of us are actually invited to be an instructor there. And one of the earlier questions from most of the instructors is, what am I going to do over there? But anyway, it was fun, be an instructor at that time, which is a lot different from being an instructor today. So maybe it's one of the thing, a little thing that we could share with each other. One of you will be aspire to be an instructor over there sooner or later. All right. So I've been carrying this around, and I didn't really go through the whole book at one time at all, because sometimes I have a lot of blank pages. Even now, even the past 10 years, I haven't really finished this book. Yeah, okay, but I have just finished some other 100 over books anyway. Yeah. All right.
In case you're wondering, how come a sketcher like him takes 10 years to finish one book? Yeah, he uses a lot of books currently. Okay, so this one is one that just has been around. So enjoy.
Okay. Meanwhile, I just pass it on to Tia, please.
Yeah. We've got Madam Tia.
Okay.
Well known for her Wan Li Chang Chen
No lah.
sketch or the Great Wall of Sketches.
Okay, let me say something about Wan Li Chang Chen, okay? It's concertina. It's this small because when you're getting old like me, you know, I was as young as you before. I can carry stuff and all that. Look at all the heavy equipment that you're carrying, you know, easels and all that. It must be at least 10 kilo. Hello, my bag couldn't take it. So I resort to just one small book. But when you open up, and I can just do it with a brush pen, and this is this morning, not finished, so only first few pages. Was it? Oh no, this one first. Or was it this one? Yes, okay. So it was only a few pages like this. Okay? And you could like go on and on and on and on, right? Yeah? So this is to be continued. Like I say, they are all fresh. Then the new one, the one that's finished last 2 days is this one. Okay, maybe you need to hold.
Yeah, all the way there. Well, maybe we can just
Okay.
out of the room.
Okay, so anyway, it can be improved, but never mind.
Just leave it on the ground first.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And
Later on, you all can come over and take a look.
so recently, September, I went to Nantou with some of the Asia sketches, right? I finished 3 books this long. So maybe this time also 3 books. This is 1.5. So, 加油, 加油.
Yeah.
And of course, in the past, I did loose pieces as well. But like I say, no more energy. Look at our friend here, and also have to carry up 4th level, no lift, so give you an applause, of course.
Hello, good evening. CJ from Penang. Yeah, most of the time I do watercolor and also sketches. That's why if you see my bag is very heavy. All my watercolor stuff and sketching stuff. So I'll show you some of my watercolor did in Hanoi. And then for sketchbook, I think I can pass around. You can take a look. Okay. Maybe you can. Yeah, just go through.
Wow. I call him the master of atmosphere. 很有气氛，对吗？
This one.
Wow. Just look at the light that he captures. Okay.
Yeah, I think for the sketch, maybe can pass to them.
Okay. And
You can skip the front. The Hanoi one is the last few pages. Okay.
or maybe we can pass from the back. How about that? Someone come and grab it from the back. Someone from the back come and grab one and then pass it to the front. Thank you.
The book hasn't gone through the first one yet.
Yeah.
I see. It's okay, we're going to be here all night. No. We only have an hour, okay? After this, it's supposed to be night sketch time, so we don't want to hold you back too long. All right?
Each person 1 minute only.
Yeah, it's just 1 minute. Flip through. Please don't tear the pages, okay? Okay. Well, like I said, sometimes the best way to look forward, is to look back. And so today we want to hear from you, each of you, your take on how it all came to be. I think it's what now, 10 years?
Yes.
Yeah. We would love to hear from you, like how did you guys meet? How did you start your chapter? And also, sorry, not open discussion time yet. Later we're going to give you time for questions. All right. So now, if you would just give them your attention, yeah, we'd love to hear like how the friendship established from all those years back, and how it became what it is today. Would you like to? Any one of you? Yeah, it can be P. Pramote first if you want.
I better stand up. I myself study art, bachelor degree of art. I did a lot of work, but the last one, I'm a professional and industrial designer, furniture, and I have my own company. I run my company 10 years and close. Before I close company, so it means I retire. I just came back to sketch. Before that, I never have time. And I found that somebody else also sketch. Is the friend of my friend. So don't misunderstood. We are the same age. He's 10 years older than me. My friend introduced me to Asnee, and we became friends since then. More than 10 years already. 10 years. And we like to go together to sketch. And we found that sketching is good. It's good for people. And I found that many people would like to do sketching, but they don't know how to start. But in Thailand, people always have to go to study art, have to practice, have to study many things, many theory before be able to draw a picture. So I and Asnee try to create a group. And during that time we create Bangkok Sketcher. Bangkok Sketcher is, we did a logo, and we put on a logo, by your own mind, no artistry required. It doesn't mean you don't need to go back to study art in the university. Just do it. And we tell the people, we do sketching for happiness. We do sketching for record, for memory. And we do sketching for communication. If you want to say something, you just draw the picture. So you can tell people it's one of the language. So we ask people to come out to sketch. And one day we found that urban sketcher, on the cyber, and Asnee bought a ticket, the train ticket. It took about 12 hours, I think, 12 or 15 hours from Bangkok to Padang Besa to visit two guys, that we met on the cyber, right? We never meet in person. It's KK and CJ,
Keep talking.
And we bought ticket, and we go to Penang to see that two guys. So CJ and KK, Khoo Cheang Jin and Kia Kian, and we talk about people like to do sketching, make people happy to do sketching, talk about what the other people do in the other countries, talk about urban sketcher, many things we very much enjoy. And these two people in Penang also crazy sketcher. They sketch, I think tonight we there, we go out and sketch everywhere. And after that we fly to Singapore before the national day, to meet a beautiful lady. Because 10 years before, she looked much better than this. We went there. We went there, and during that time, the Marina Bay Sands still not complete construction yet. You can see from the picture. Yeah, I confirm. And from there, we start, sketching group, this and that, and a lot of activity continue. This is 2009, the year 2009.
10 years ago.
Year 2009.
Anniversary of that version of AsiaLink now.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I already checked back. That year is 2009. Okay,
Yeah. You
I
know what I love?
maybe we
The
can
strength
talk.
of relationship is such that he can say anything he wants. Tia will still be all smiles. Okay.
Anyway,
Yasmin?
no,
You wanna-
I want to say 10 years ago, he looks much better.
Okay, maybe we should
Hands with the lady.
sit down and talk.
You feel the heat now?
No, I feel so comfortable because he did all our homework. We don't need to say anything anymore. only one of him, he himself would say, on behalf of all of us here. But anyway, as he said, we started with a group called Bangkok Sketcher, which is a local group in Bangkok. Okay, and that was a year after the starting up of Urban Sketcher International, which is started in Seattle. Okay, and then we knew each other through the internet, and there's a group called urbansketcher.org now, and then. As Pramote said, we have started we went to Penang, we visited KK and CJ, and then we went all the way to Singapore, and then we met Tia. That's how we exchanged our idea, and then at that time, Tia was carrying a book much shorter than this one, of course, but over the year it grew longer and longer. But anyway, for Bangkok, we are slightly different because we have two groups all together. That's how we started, okay? And we have one of our own Thai version of Urban Sketcher, whereby there's no rules, no motto as actual urban sketching or site reportage and so on. But then, of course, the Urban Sketcher Thailand, we have the local chapter on the country level instead of the city chapter, okay? And it has been active for the past 5 years or so, where we started much after the Bangkok Sketcher Group itself. But anyway, we are more or less two in one altogether. We basically the same member will belong to both groups, but then it depends on what kind of what kind of work they submitted, all right? Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to ask, or in which any particular direction that I should address?
No, we can pass the time to
Yeah. Okay. At the end of, further down, you can always ask us questions. Then we are too happy to communicate and to share with you. Thank you.
Okay, this talk is well prepared, okay, well prepared. It's just because that the computer was not up. So these two gentlemen was telling all the history and all that. And I'll put the history in the right record later on, okay? Anyway, they are a happy man, and I'm the one who knows about the date because I'm younger. Yeah, may get the date wrong, but whatever thing that they meet them in Penang, meet me in Singapore is all correct. Right? Now I leave it to CJ, because CJ has a set of very good slides. Like I say, we did our homework. So CJ was the one, the youngest one, did all the computer and stuff like that. Thank you very much. And then he can tell us story.
Yeah. Like what Pramote has mentioned, in 2009, you can see the slide here. 2009, these two gentlemen came to Penang. In Penang, it was actually KK who first discovered urban sketches on the internet. And then he introduced urban sketches to me. So we sort of have an idea, and we wanted to start this, but don't know how and don't know when to start. And then these two gentlemen came. And I heard about Asnee because at that time, Asnee was the correspondent from Bangkok. And then I have also heard about Tia. Tia is the Singapore correspondent. And there are a few others Asian correspondents. So these two names I know them, but I haven't met them in person. So in June 2009, Asnee came, and then he also came with Pramote.
Younger, right?
So we went around sketching, and I must say that when I first met Pramote, I'm a bit scared of him because he looked fierce. When he's not smiling, he looked fierce. But now, no, we are very, very good friends.
He's a gentle teddy bear.
Yeah. And after they went back, and the same year I think in November, the next slide. Next slide. Okay, this is in November 2009. I went to Singapore. So my friend Woon Lam was telling me that there's a sketching session at Club Street. So I just tag along. I didn't expect to meet Madam Tia there. Oh, Madam Tia, she's the correspondent. So that's how we first met. And it was at this bookshop. And the first time I met Don and James. Yeah. Later, I'll pass the mic back to Madam Tia to talk about Urban Sketches Singapore.
I remember this slide.
Yeah. And then, after this, the third slide, after this, the following year, 2010. Yeah, 2010. In May, me and KK, we went to visit Bangkok. We met up with Asnee, Pramote, and some of the Bangkok sketchers. I'm not sure whether, I think that time already formed, right? You already formed the Bangkok sketchers. Yeah, Bangkok sketchers. And I must say that how they run the things, the spirit really inspire us. When we come back, we follow the same way to organize to form our urban sketches and run the things. Yeah. So thank you very much, Bangkok Sketchers, for inspiring us.
My hair is still dark.
Yeah.
Black hair.
One thing we like about the spirit is they are not shy to share. You know, even some of I only found out that after that, some of the sketchers I think went there for the first time, and they are not professional, but they are not shy to share. You know, when you look at them drawing, they are not shy. So this is what I like. Yeah. So that's how we form Urban Sketches Penang. So now, Madam Tia, you can share about your
You still
story.
have things to continue?
No, the rest
on.
is the
Okay, now it's my turn to put the record right.
Trust the lady to get.
If all these are wrong,
No, it's correct. It's correct. In fact, I didn't know that they visited, Penang before they came to Singapore. So when Asnee called me and says that I'm bringing a friend, and he's a multi-millionaire. It's correct. Look at him. He's smiling. And I said, what would this guy do, And then he didn't sketch because when we first met, we have a very good meal. Okay, I brought them to somewhere, and he still remember. Japanese food, okay? We have this first class. So Pramote remember that. He didn't remember sketching, okay? So that was, he said, you brought me to this very nice place. So every time he come to Singapore, he wants to see Tony. Anyone know Tony? Tony is our Tony Chua, our sketching mascot, okay? Yeah, very good friend. He said, I want to buy Tony a very good lunch, then bring him to the same place, So that's how every time when he came to Singapore, Tony and I, three of us will have very good meal, and Pramote will buy us lunch. How good. Pramote, please come more often. So that was a story. And that day, when two of them visited me, that was we were preparing for National Day, and I brought them to, he said Marina Bay, right? And we have this rehearsal. Pramote was so happy, and also this Asnee, because there was a helicopter, on top of their head. And they say, picture, picture, picture. They have that very nice picture. Wonderful picture that they have. And I think Asnee need very nice sketches then, right? With the helicopter and you don't know where it is now. Oh, wow. So he will find that is done in 2009. Now, 2009, November, we started, you remember the second slides that CJ showed you? CJ came for a watercolor society exhibition, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, because CJ is already an accomplished watercolorist in Malaysia. So Woon Lam is also very accomplished watercolorist in Singapore. And these two men just say that, hey, there was a sketch crawl that day. All right, and then come and meet this lady and also her friend. And it happened that Dawn, are you here, Dawn? Don Low, I saw the wife downstairs. Okay, you see Don, right? And also James Tan. Both of them were, if I'm not wrong, they were meeting for the very first time as well. And remember, everybody were meeting each other the very first time, okay? And we are meeting at this very independent bookstore called Books, actually, if you know. And this is at Club Street because Patrick wants me to tell you how I started urban sketching is because I sent my son, just like some of the parents here, to art classes at NAFA, Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts. And you send your son to this art class and he has to spend an hour, and what do? I didn't want to check with the parents and then talk about this, that, and all that, sit there or read papers. So I drove off to Club Street and sketch. And I filled out one whole sketchbook during that time. So when I sent my son to the class, this mother also went to Club Street and sketched. And that's how I started urban sketching. In fact, I've been sketching here and there, but not as frequent at that time. That was in 2007 or 6, okay? Now, after sketching alone, you find that cannot be so lonely, right? Every Saturday you're sketching alone. That's how I say there must be like-minded people. If you want to find these people, you got to step out. They won't come to you, so you got to go and find them. That's what I did. And what did I do? I go and ask around all my friends. Most of them say, no, it's too hot outdoor. We always do indoor. We do illustration, figure drawing, watercolor, flowers and things like that. Except these two gentlemen, James and Don Low, and they like to go out and sketch. Plus another gentleman, Andrew Tan. He's not in the picture because that day he was not free. So these three gentlemen and myself, I'm the most senior one, the 3 young men, you know, and we will go around Singapore and sketch. That's how we start. How did I find them? I asked from my friends, illustrators, council. I say, hey, do you have people who like to go out to sketch? So these 3 gentlemen joined me, and Andrew would he drove his van, and we will go to Kranji, and we will sketch. You know how we sketch in the old days, 10 years ago? Not like today. We hop. That means we go up the van, we sketch, and it's only 10 minutes. And then we will go to next location, 10 minutes, and 10 minutes. That's how we sketch. You want to do that? Sketch run, sketch van. And we say, sketch crawl is too slow. So we were the one who give it a new name, Sketchwalk. So remember, now internationally, everybody is using the word Sketchwalk, but it came from us. So I want to put the record. But of course, after that, people want to use sketch run, sketch hunt, sketch ride. He's going to start one sketch ride with the bicycle. So the ideas keep flowing, okay? That's how we started. So we sketch walk. But actually, we were on our van. But later on, we said that we must try to get more people. So we love it, because when you're sketching, you feel the passion, you know? And we say, let's do this more often. So how do we do it? Let's fix every last Saturday of the month. And that's it. And we never change. And today is still last Saturday of the month. So if you want to join Urban Sketchers Singapore, you come to Singapore last Saturday of the month. And the whole world know it. They plan their holiday last Saturday of the month. If they're coming to Singapore. Okay, so please come to Singapore last Saturday of the month and you can sketch with us. Luckily, we do last Saturday of the month. If we were to do it every week, I think today you'll see me really peng san. But the trouble is, there are people who love to sketch. They have so much energy, like you people here. So we have people who sketch every week, and they form different groups, and it grows. So it's not just Urban Sketchers Singapore. In Singapore, there are also other groups, okay? And you are free to join anyone. And we have friends from different groups who come here. It's just that Urban Sketchers Singapore, the name suggests Urban Sketchers is affiliated to the main group. Like what Asnee here have Urban Sketchers Thailand. So every country, there's one chapter. And Singapore is so small. So we can only have one. Too bad. If I'm the founder, I'm the founder. There's no Urban Sketchers Ang Mo Kio, Urban Sketchers Toa Payoh, okay? But you can have Urban Sketchers Bangkok, you can have Urban Sketchers Phuket, but they don't want to do it because Bangkok Sketchers has a different kind of concept compared to Urban Sketchers Thailand, but they are all brothers, sisters, and all that. Same as Penang, you know, there are many different groups, okay? So that's how we do it. And we are all on the same platform. You all know this, right? We all sketchers, we all artists and all that. Whether you are doing watercolor or whatever, you know that the moment you start sketching, you're in your own world. And I may be chatty, talkative, talk, but the moment you sketch, everybody is quiet. So you enjoy that moment. So that's what we are here for. So remember that. Never get anything, you know, take away the joy of sketching. That's what I want to send the message, all right? So,
Thank you.
One thing worth mentioning, besides Sketchwalk, the term Sketchwalk started from Singapore. One thing worth mentioning was this, Urban Sketchers motto. We sketch on location, all these things. Okay? Yeah, the manifesto. Those understand Mandarin, Chinese. The Chinese version was from Madam Tia.
Oh.
Yeah, the first version. And I think after that, the Taiwan, the Hong Kong changed some of the words and all that. It's okay with me lah. You know? So 一时一话 or whatever, I just cracked my head. I remember the last one. Something 当下 all those. That time my Mandarin really cannot make it. And I have to, yeah. So I was quite embarrassed when after that you have the Taiwanese and the Hong Kong and all that. Their Chinese is so powderful, you know. So I say, is it okay? They say, okay, at least 当下, not bad. I'm quite pleased with myself at that time.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, since Mem Tia shared about the Singapore team, I mean, it started from like just the 4 of them, and then it became 6, and it became 12, and today we, in our monthly sketchwalk, we have like 70 to sometimes 100 or more come and show up for this thing, and it happens on the last Saturday of the month. What about you guys? When do Bangkok sketches or USK Thailand, and when do USK Penang meet?
We
How often? Yeah, so that when they come over, you know, they can know how
Yeah.
the time.
we meet every Sunday morning, almost every Sunday morning. Yeah, it's only 1 or 2 weeks off in 1 whole year.
Chinese New Year, is it?
Yeah. Maybe four or five times off lah. But most of the time, yeah, we are committed. And you know, one thing I like is sometimes when either myself or KK will post the event, and sometimes we are busy and we post it late. By Friday night, somebody would post a message. Is there a schedule this Sunday? So that also like prompt us. We cannot slow down. We cannot stop. We must keep the wheel moving.
Great. A little interesting factoid, okay? A little fact, I don't know if you know. Do you know why they call it sketch crawl in the West internationally? Have you ever wondered why sketch crawl?
Crawl.
You crawl on the paper, or do you sketch until you have to crawl out of the place that you're sketching at? It came from the term pub crawl. Have you heard of it before? Yeah, it's a popular term in the West where they actually go, when on Friday night or on a Saturday night, they hit the pubs and they don't get home until they're dead drunk, and they do it by hitting one pub after another, and to the point where they have to crawl out of it. So they call it a pub crawl, and so in sketching, they just borrow the term, we're going from places to places and sketch till we drop, so they call it sketch crawl. Okay, and so, but today, like we said, the term has been changed to sketchwalk almost internationally. Yeah, thanks to.
Yeah. Okay. More picture?
Asian.
Yeah, right now, the pictures are going to show the AsiaLink. It wasn't called AsiaLink until 2016. All right, but it started from 2012. So let's talk.
Okay, I think for Asian region, Singapore, Bangkok, and Penang were the first to start our own chapters. So, and since we know each other, we become very close. And in 2012, we in Penang, we thought that, okay, since we like sketching, and why not we invite our friends from Singapore and from Bangkok to come together and have a big party and go sketch together. So that's how we started Sketching Georgetown in 2012. So at that time, mainly the participants were from Bangkok, from Singapore, and the locals, Penang. There are a few Taiwanese, I can't remember, probably some other countries. Yeah. But it's mainly this from these 3 countries. Okay, so that's how we started Sketching Georgetown in 2012. And then the following year, next slide please, 2013, Bangkok. Yeah, so they, in return, they invite us to go to Bangkok to have a sketchwalk. So that was in 2013, Sketchwalk Chao Phraya. I think that time more people already. In Penang, the first Sketching Georgetown, I think we have about 80 participants only. That was the first one. And then in Chao Phraya, I'm not sure how many, but I think it's more. Definitely more than Penang. Okay, yeah, it start to grow, and probably and also more representative from other countries. Yeah. Okay. Then in 2014, we host it again. We call it Sketching Georgetown 2. Next slide, please. Okay, Sketching Georgetown 2 in 2014. Okay, so that time I think we have about 200 participants. Yeah, and more representative from other countries also. Okay, but of course the main one was still from Bangkok, from Thailand, and from Singapore. And that time I think Alvin, yeah, the first time Hong Kong sketchers participated. Okay, and then also Vietnam also the first time participated. Okay, so that's how we grow. Yeah, and the next year going back to 2015. Okay, 2015. You want to talk about?
Okay, 2015 is our pride. I must say it's not just Singapore pride, it is the Asian's pride, okay? First time we host the international symposium in Singapore by Asia, okay? On this note, I want to say something about the international one. I mean, no matter how, we have to thank Gabby for looking out for us. The first person that he looked out for.
You want to explain who Gabby is?
Okay, I think Asnee just now talked about Gabby. Gabby is the founder of Urban Sketchers International. He is an artist, a staff artist from Seattle Times. Okay, and he has this passion, and he started a Flickr group in 2007. 2007. We started in 2009. So 2008, he invited a few people from all over the world, and he thinks that there must be representative from Asia. Guess who is the first one he reached out to?
Yeah, Boon Sim.
No, it's Asnee. Right. In fact, Asnee is one of the very first correspondents for Urban Sketchers worldwide, including another lady from Korea. In fact, there's somebody from Singapore, but guess, I didn't know who he is. And later on, I reached out to him. I found out that he was a university student. And I still couldn't reach out to him. I think he probably think that, oh, it's too big and all. I think he's an architect now, by now should be, because he's an architecture student. So Asnee, you want to say something at that point? So Asnee was the first correspondent, including, and plus another Korean lady.
During those days, the Urban Sketcher International was based on some kind of a blogger, Flickr or whatever it is, which has only 100 name or account as a cap off. That's the maximum you can go. So KB started looking around the world, and then he invited a few of us, to be so-called the correspondent for each city, each country, or whatever it is. Okay, and very soon the list keep on growing, and then it goes beyond 100. At that time, only the first 100 that was officially, designated as the correspondent of certain city, and then some of us were invited to be instructor at the Lisbon symposium. But eventually, during those times, though, those people who were beyond the number 100, there can be only certain term, which is something like no longer a correspondent anymore. But eventually it was opened up open it up so that they are able to take in more than 100 first correspondents. So I was happened to be one of them that was included into the list and so on. So it was a privilege, but then it gave me certain opportunity to learn and to get a lot more people. So this is how it was started.
Okay, this is a part I say I want to put the record right. Yeah, because it can be, as a time, after 10 years, 20 years, you'll forget. So I want to tell the new people here that the first symposium, not from Lisbon. The first symposium is in Portland. Portland, because Gabby can get sponsor. He's from Seattle, but he got University of Portland to sponsor the venue. So he was very happy. So the first symposium is in Portland, and that time it's only 70 participants. People have to sign up, and there's only invited instructor. And I was the first one to be invited, okay? And I went to Portland 2010, and I was very shocked because Asia is like very rare. You have the Japanese, of course, those who are American Japanese, American Korean and all that. But Asian is really, really not very known in the sense. So when I was invited as a first instructor, I kind of like told Gabby that, hey, you have to get more Asian. Because he has Asian in mind, I must say this, so the future symposium will have Asian in mind, Asian instructor. And I tell you, we are good. You look at AsiaLink, we are good, okay?
So we are good for that.
Yes. So when Asnee was invited for the next one, of course you cannot keep on inviting Tia, right? So Asnee went to Lisbon, and KK went to the next one, Barcelona. And guess who is the one who always follow these two gentlemen? Pramote. Now you see how we work as Asian together. So we three, and then we KK. And now that even our friend CJ has got a family to feed and a job to run, so he couldn't go, But slowly now he's also, going. So we are good. I mean, we make known to the international panel that, hey, especially 2015, we push in so many Asian demonstrators, Asian instructors, Asian participants, and we sketch well. I can tell you that our standard is high compared to international standard. And some of them say, you already have so good. I think Pat will tell you later on. Huh?
I will bring us back to 2015 because you were there before you went into all these. You were talking about the Singapore one, right? So you see what they're saying. In case you're wondering, okay, what our Asian standard is like. Okay, how many of you know who is Jim Richard? Right, James Richard. Yeah, he's a very, very well-known, loved international symposium instructor. And besides that, he does a lot of other workshops, very sought after and things like that. A lot of people love his style, love his work, and he's good, right? The day I was one of the key people in the Urban Sketches symposium, organizers in 2015. And so I met him at the lobby. And I asked Jim, okay, how do you feel coming here to Asia to teach? You know what he told me? Pardon the language, but he said, I'm scared shitless. Okay? He said those words, I'm scared shitless. I said, why? Somebody of your caliber, what would you need to be afraid of? He said, are you kidding me? Have you ever seen, of course I've seen. He's like, look at the kind of works that are coming out of Asia. And he named, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and all these places. Indonesia, and places that he has seen before. And he was like, you guys don't need us to come and teach you this. We need you to come over. Yeah, it was very nice of him, of course, but I thought that was the one time when I was standing there. I'm not that standard, but I was like feeling the Asian pride, you know. And I remember, you know, that really changed my paradigm, and it's true. Today, CJ, Tia, KK, a lot of these instructors, including Asnee, Pramote, they are very sought after and very well respected by the Western world. Because in the West, they tend to be a little bit more academic in their approach, right? Very straight, and they love how loose and atmospheric our sketches are in Asia. And it's something that they find it hard to achieve. Sorry, let's get back to, yeah.
I think during that time, Tia and Penang and Bangkok, I would say Gawin. Yeah. We are talking about AsiaLink. We're thinking about having our symposium, but we not call symposium. We call AsiaLink Sketchwalk. You know, and we start the first one. You know. At Bangkok, you know, the one who organized 2016, the team organized is here, is here, you know, is here. Yeah, more. Yeah, this is the team, the first AsiaLink. And Te.
And the lady, yeah, they did a very good job.
Yeah. And many of us, you know, work very hard, right, Sutian? Yeah. At the back, yeah. Pisit. Yeah, this is financial support. So, about 500, you know, free room, right? No, about 500 members during that time, you know, from overseas.
Attended this, it was attended by over 500 people, about 400. Okay.
But a lot, yeah.
It became AsiaLink.
And we prepared room in the Ratanakosin Island, you know, hotel, had food, you know, everything. I think very well organized. Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah.
2017, next slide.
And yeah, after that, Khoo Cheang. So we.
Yeah. Okay, you continue.
Khoo Cheang, but Peggy is not here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's share on the behalf. Khoo Cheang decided to last minute pick it up. At the symposium, at the AsiaLink of 2016, I actually gathered the leaders together and said, Beijing said they are actually keen. Remember?
Yes.
Beijing said they are actually really keen to host the next one. And so I actually gave Flora, who was there at the time, a chance to basically, you know, pitch for that. And well, we managed to get, she managed to get everybody on board and say they were ready to. But because of some governmental thing that was unforeseen, there were some rulings and that kind of thing. And because they were a new chapter and they were not registered outfit, and so the government wasn't able to support this whole entire thing. And they only was able to allow 50 people to come in. You know, so we decided that we cannot call that AsiaLink if it is only 50 from the outside. And so Peggy, you know, from Khoo Cheang stood up and said, why don't we do it? And so it was...
Yeah. So Khoo Cheang in 2017, and then the following year, 2018, it was in Taichung. Yeah, Taichung in 2018.
Well, Taichung friends.
Yeah.
Come on.
普里，
哎，这个周启峰老师。
普里啊，写台中。
So that's
Yeah.
all the slide I have.
Okay. So and then we're caught up to speed. Right now, here we are. You're part of history in the making. Okay. So okay, great. Thanks for catching us up all the way. There are a few things that actually I would like to poll, a few of you and ask a few of you, so that we can benefit from it. And then afterwards, we give you a time of a Q&A. If you have any questions you want to ask them, pick their brain, learn from the experience you can. Okay. How many of you are chapter admins of USK here? Or even if you're not with USK, maybe you are in another art group, Taiwan Sketches or KL Sketches, but you're one of the leaders running the group. Can I? Admin. Okay, good. This is for you. Okay, I've designed these questions so that admins can hopefully gain from their experience. All right. So let's see. Maybe what type of challenges did you face in the early years of running a chapter? And you can compare it to what is it like today? And how did you go about overcoming some of these challenges? How about we hear from Asnee first? Yes.
Can I have a question again, please?
Yeah. We don't have to all answer it.
Yeah. Can I have a question again, please?
The question is, what type of challenges did you face in the early years of running a chapter?
Yeah.
And then what did you do to overcome it?
We are not the one who running.
Well, okay. Well,
I think we too old. We are not the one who running in
the
Bangkok.
early years when you first started.
Yeah.
We forgot already.
By the way, may I?
Now in Bangkok, the one who running is there.
Yeah.
Suthian, Mo and Te.
Yes. Thank you.
Let me share something with you. On the first day that I went to Penang, I never really have Pramote to follow me in mind at all. Okay, anyway, I was supposed to go there alone, and then Pramote happened to jump onto the train, and therefore we go, two of us together. But anyway, for Bangkok, Urban Sketcher Thailand and Bangkok Sketcher, there are some fine, slightly different from each other because, as Pramote say, originally when we started with a group called Bangkok Sketcher, with the intention in mind to encourage all the Thai youth, the younger generation and so on, to love and to be able to share their experience, the inspiration in drawing, painting and so on. As CJ has mentioned that we are not shy to show whatever it is, even if they are the first drawing that they ever produced in the group, with the group and so on and so forth, because our idea was that you don't have to be a professional. Pramote say our original motto was that it's all on your own mind without artistry required, because this is what we have been sticking for Bangkok Sketcher, and that was before the rule or the motto for Urban Sketcher, where you have to do location sketching. We still keep this quality rather, of both groups. So therefore, in Bangkok Sketcher, we encourage them really to do anything you like, as long as you enjoy it, you are proud of your own work. And I think this kind of principle could be shared for everybody, not only urban sketcher or urban sketching at all, because whether it's on location or not on location, but these are all your own original work. It's your idea, it's your experience. So you are proud and you are most welcome to share them. Whether you share it from the location or you share it from your own imagination or a photograph or whatever it is. Therefore, we kind of separate these two issues, separate from each other, okay? And we are more or less like a twin, a two-person in one, two in one, whereby we know where to go, what to post to which location, and so on and so forth. So our team today is now and then, or then and now, whatever it is. And that's how we started, and how we continue from now is, as Pramote say, we have a lot of young friends, young people who are just as inspired, and also they have their own opinion, they have their own principle. We know where to stop and where to continue with what we are doing. So it's very important for all the group anyway, to be able to have someone to continue, and also to carry on with your inspiration. So for Urban Sketcher Thailand, we put it as on the country level, because we do have a lot of other urban sketcher. We call it Phuket Sketcher, Chiang Mai Sketcher, Bangkok Sketcher, and so on and so forth, where they have their own activity. And all of these sketcher group, they share the same platform on Urban Sketcher Thailand. That's why we adopt this idea of having only one sketcher for the country, and whereby we hope to collect or to combine all the talented all over the country to be part of Urban Sketcher Thailand as well. So we have a separate group of people. Sometimes they wear two hats. But anyway, we try to encourage each other. And what is most important is the result of the work, rather than whether you have to be location sketching or not location sketching, and so on and so forth. All right. So we play according to the rule. If you are playing as Urban Sketcher Thailand, we keep to our own rule, all right, whereby they have more freedom and they have more fun, I could say, when they are posing as a Bangkok sketcher. So it's all of these young people that you see around here, they are just sitting there because they are having fun while we are sweating over here. All right. So really, a lot of thanks to all of these young people who, learn and also carry on with what we should be doing. All right.
Thank you. CJ, you want to say something? Quick one, maybe.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
I think we don't really have problem since the early days because we take a easy approach. We just put out our event on Facebook, and whoever wants to come will come. Okay, so until today, we still adopt this practice. Yeah.
So easygoing.
Yeah, easygoing. Yeah.
Don't make things too complicated.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Singapore is so small, right? We can't have urban sketches, Toa Payoh and all that, right? But in Singapore, we do have different groups, and we come together, every last Saturday of the month, they will stop their event, and then they will all join us. So that's what we do. We have Watercolor Society, we have I Show You, we have the Scenic Ranger, we have the Cafe Sketchers, we have Weekend Sketchers, we have Sunday Sketchers. The weekend sketches started by some of my students. They are not very active, but once a while they will act, So, but when you come together, Urban Sketchers, when we do the symposium, everyone just come together and help and all that. And all thanks to Patrick and his team, we now have the next generation to, really run it, and we are bringing this to another level. So, like our friend here, Fabian has just left, but he's the one who faithfully, he's here, faithfully put out announcement. Last time when we put out announcement, I always have to, like what CJ said, people say, hey, where are we sketching? Then 11 hours we put out the notice, But people know that it's 9:30, somewhere, where. But now, 1 month ago, these people have all the places all planned already. See? So how nice, like we are here enjoying and they are there sweating. Thank you very much.
I don't know if this will help you, for some of you who are running chapters. We try to keep things simple, like you said, but at the same time, we try to plan way ahead. So we have a group that specially look into planning sketch walks and scouting out locations for sketch walks. And we have locations enough for 2 years in advance. Okay? So, yeah, and no repeats. All right? And then we segregate. I mean, somebody will look into, looking into getting the Google thing and all those stuff and posting it up. And we try to standardize the format so that it is not confusing. When your people start seeing a regularity and they will start to be able to expect things to come to them. And they will know where to go to look for information. So that way you actually minimize a lot of miscommunications and stuff.
Just would like to add a little bit about Thailand side. Well, as you know that we have both Bangkok Sketcher and Urban Sketcher Thailand to look after you, okay? So all of you are most welcome to visit Bangkok or even anywhere in Thailand. And if you miss our monthly Bangkok Sketcher, then we'll take care of you with Urban Sketcher Thailand, okay? If both are failed, then Pramote is here to bring you out for dinner. Or otherwise, we won't keep a millionaire within our group. All right, so anyway, for our schedule, we have monthly sketching for Bangkok Sketcher. We also have regular sketching event for Urban Sketcher Thailand. But then don't worry, if you miss any one of this, we would organize one especially for you, all right?
Well, interestingly, I actually have like 3 or 4 or 5 questions for them.
Talk about
I think
AsiaLink,
there's a certain
why
sense of
and how
chemistry
important
and resonance here because in answering some of those things, they have actually already answered the questions that I prepared. Like sharing of a best practice with us. What do you want to say to the younger generations?
Can I add something?
Of sketches and things like that. Okay, one last word maybe.
Okay, you see how Pramote don't want to say things, ask me to say something that very important. Here, we are the seniors, but not in age, but more in running...
hair color.
Hair color, okay. AsiaLink. How did AsiaLink comes about? It started from ad hoc, started from Georgetown, started from the Chapaya, and later on we regularized it as AsiaLink. Because we know that this international one is all over in the United States and Europe. How many of us here can afford to go every year? You know how expensive it is? You know what is the... Yeah, only Pramote can go. Pramote really go every year except these few years, because he couldn't get the pass. Okay? Not because that he can't afford to go, it's because he couldn't even get a pass. You know, these passes now is like snap out in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes 1-2 days, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 1 month. Okay, now, so we say, hey, when we go to all these places, we seldom see Asian. Or we see only rich Asian, put it this way, right?
Like Pramote again?
Yeah, like Pramote again, you see only rich Asian. So we say, we must do something. Since we started this, and we must do something, ad hoc, although we visited each other in our own city, so we started this AsiaLink. So that people from Philippines, from Indonesia, from Thailand, from different cities can come. That is the main purpose. Don't forget that. So we need your support for AsiaLink. We also need your support for our international symposium in Hong Kong next year. It's our second one.
I don't know if you know this, but our AsiaLink movement, that's been happening every year, has been gaining a lot of interest to the people in the West, such that they are actually sending people to us and say, hey, would you like to consider using this and this to be one of your workshop instructors and things like that, And We've allowed one or two to come, you know, but we've mostly said we are all stocked up. Thank you very much. We do have, you know, the instructors here to do it. Yeah, but you're welcome to come and participate. You know, and so we're really excited also that Asia now includes not just, you know, Southeast Asia, but, you know, we've got
Hong Kong, China.
India, Pakistan, and all these, you know, the people who have come, and Australia all the way down under. Woo-hoo! Yeah. Let's get it to Oceania and all those gangs and get them to come over. Okay, it's your job to do it, all right? One of these days we'll bring AsiaLink down under.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let me just recap a few things, and then I will pass the time over to you if you have a question. All right. So, you know, they shared many good things, and I just want to end it, you know, with this whole thing about what Pramote was saying. One of the key pushing thing, motivating points for him to get into sketching and doing all the stuff that he did and they do is sketching for happiness, sketching for recording, sketching for communication. I thought that was really well put, you know. It should continue to make us happy, all right? If we keep things simple, keep our relationships cordial, you know, no infighting, no whatever it is, and remember that it is all about our love to express ourselves and our way of representing our world through our eyes and through our pen and brush, right? If it becomes not happy, then, you know, it's no longer a thing that we need to be doing. All right, your happiness is important, and it's also for recording. It is keeping a record of our lives, of our cities' beauty. It passes, you know, in Singapore especially, a place like Singapore. In 2 years' time, you will see a place that's here, and then 2 years' time, it's gone. You know, things are changing so fast. It's really important for us to capture our world. And I've always been asked, why do you sketch when you can shoot? You know, why sketch with a brush when you can shoot with a camera? My answer back to them is always, why shoot when you can sketch, right? There's just something about sketching that brings that thing, you know, on remembering a place. I was just talking to Alina about it this afternoon, you know, we was talking about how when we sketch, we remember the sound, the smell, you know, remember what was going on, being said and things like that. Yeah, so it's keeping a record. And then, it's about communication, right? It's about, you know, bringing the world closer together. All right, so it's just keeping this very, very simple. And finally, all right, we've got all these old guards who have come and they have served us for many years. All right, let's give them a round of applause. All right. Not that they're going to drop out of the scene, no, far from it, okay? We still benefit from their wisdom. But it's time for younger ones, okay, to step up. If you have, like myself, in the early days, come into this community and have benefited from it, right? My own story, if you go to my Facebook, you will see from the video that I recently posted, it changed my life in a sense. It got me out of depression. So why am I so invested in this? It's because I believe that this will bring happiness to others too. All right, so if it has benefited you, don't just sit there and keep receiving. All right, get your hands dirty, stand up and be counted, contribute. Always can approach the admins and say, what can I do? All right, what can I do? They'll always be happy to have you play a part in this whole thing. All right, so once again, thank you all. If you have any question, you can shoot now. We'll have 5 minutes maybe of that.
First, I have to say thank you for these elders. So, elders. So we have Urban Sketcher Hong Kong. Yeah, now Urban Sketcher Hong Kong, we have over 8,000 people on Facebook already, so it's pretty good. And Urban Sketcher Hong Kong is also a well-known group. Without these people here, we pioneers, we don't have the movement here in Hong Kong, in Hong Kong as well. So I have to thank you. And question was, actually I wrote down. Sorry, I have to forgot. Okay, when when CJ mentioned about Penang having a sketch walk every Sunday morning, I joined them once when during the Chinese New Year. They are very interesting. They are not just coming out to sketch. They bring the whole family. It's a family gathering. How many sketching event you in your hometown having your wife, your son, your girlfriends, and you don't. But in Penang, you see their grandma, grandpa, the whole tribes will come out. It's
Take care of you from the cradle to the grave.
yeah, this is Penang. And I always tell my members in Hong Kong, among the Asian groups, I think Penang has made the sketch walk like a part of their life, truly part of their life. It's not like, wife, can I go out for a sketch? Can you give me a few hours? Okay, I will make sure I come back for lunch with you, okay? But they don't care. They just come out and then they party and everywhere. And I saw Tui in Hanoi. They also bring the whole family. I think this is the community thing we have to introduce to our own chapters. And beside these, I think I have to say a few words to promote ourselves. Patrick and me is actually the coordinator of the International Urban Sketcher membership. If you are the chapter leader of your group, having any question, or you want to found a group in your hometown, you can talk to me or Patrick. And since 2013, after Tia introductions, and also my connection with the West, because I brought up in Los Angeles, and I'm quite familiar with the culture and everything, I got more involved with the International Urban Sketchers. Why? Because of these elders. And when Tia mentioned about we are very well ready for the international level, I don't think there's an international level or Asian level or European level. We are in one world. We are all together now. So, but in the past, because of that, we are no longer using that, right? The urbansketcher.org. That is belong to the West. We don't use that in Asia. We use Facebook. We use other things, but that is the only reason why we have West or East, I think. So now I think it is in one world, definitely. So my question, I have to make it quick. Yeah, my question, very quick. Okay. Because I have to pay respect, tribute to these people. Okay. Only one question to Asnee. Asnee, he mentioned he's trying to do some other thing beside urban sketching. And I think he owed me an answer what an urban sketcher can do extra after a full-time urban sketching life.
Is Alvin. Okay, just like any people, you can do anything you like as long as you are happy and you are convicted, you are convinced, or you have certain commitment. I think one of the easiest one is that Pramote used to say that we are not shy, we share our work and so on, we're happy to show. And I just would like to say something very small about all of this sketching is that, okay, don't be afraid to share your work, okay? And a lot of people feel that, well, my work is not so good and so on and so forth. But actually, for the past couple of years, I have been turning from simple sketching just for my own enjoyment or my own happiness. I thought that I want to do something more than that. After 10 of years, I have been in retirement for some 15 years now, and on something like on the 10 years of my retirement, I started asking myself that, so what's next? Okay? I know that I'm getting old and I can't wait anymore. So I want to know what's next that I want to do. And am I going to sit down and happily sketching, enjoying all for myself and so on and so forth. So I also believe that Pramote always say that, he's pouring to my ear that you don't need to wait for blessing, or you don't have to have such great talent. Okay, my own personal conviction is that sketching is just like language. It's just like your writing and so on. And everybody has your own individual characteristic. You have your own way of expressing yourself. And I also believe that sketching can be learned. Okay, humans are such that you grow up, you need your parents to look after you. Okay, anybody teaching your own parents, or they'll teach you? Anyway, human beings need to be learned, we need to be taught, need to learn things and so on and so forth. So it's my personal belief that you should share whatever you enjoy, whatever you think is great for you, and it would also be great for other people. So in short, okay, don't be afraid to share your work and to tell other people how you do it and so on. You never know how many people are learning from what you are doing, okay? Because I have been learning all my life of what Patrick is doing, or what Tia is doing, and what Pramote is doing. So keep learning and keep thinking of what next you want to do. That's my own feeling. Thank you.
It's pushing to 9 o'clock. Sorry, you have something else to say?
Just few words. Just very few words. I would say to everyone, to every Asian who participate AsiaLink, I would say I was very proud to be a part of AsiaLink, to be a part with you. And very proud to Vietnam, Hanoi, yeah, very proud. And I would say this is very good AsiaLink Sketchwalk. She did the best, yeah, and everyone, every volunteer, yeah, we know each other. I would say we connect, every country in Asia. We're not just a friend, we are family.